Why didn't you wear sunscreen today?
It wasn't today. It was on the weekend.
It was on the weekend. Oh my
Beautiful weekend. I
goodness.
was on the pitch all day. So
The what?
on the pitch.
Oh, the pitch. I
That's,
said the beach.
That's football lingo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
European,
you're so
European football.
Oh my god.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, you're
yes,
on
I
the
am.
pitch, but you weren't playing.
No, clearly not. Does it look like me a player?
You were coaching?
No, I was observing.
Oh, so you weren't on the pitch.
I was a fan.
He was in the bleachers, though. That was a pitch. That's good.
My heart was on the pitch with my son there.
I understand.
Because it was cool. So the air was cold, but yet that sun was nice and toasty. So, and then I was only out there a couple hours, but man, I got red. And then I was talking with a buddy of ours who's an ophthalmologist, and he's like, well, yeah, like the sun right now is the same distance as the sun in August. Your UV exposure, like you
Keeping
put
it burned.
sunscreen on in August. I'm like, yeah, never thought about that.
So next weekend, that sunscreen's going on.
Yeah, 100%. How was your weekend?
All weekends are good.
All weekends are good?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hockey again? Hockey?
Obviously.
More hockey?
Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
hockey's just starting.
Do you ever have a break?
Tryout season.
That's the thing. That
When
I'm
does
like,
it go until? The end of June.
No.
3-on-3 now. Till the end of June.
Yeah. I thank God that our kids did not get into hockey because it's just like
Oh, it's the best.
So, oh yeah, it's
It
great.
is the best. Baseball's got to be starting up, eh?
Yeah, baseball's starting up.
Yeah.
Wear your
that's
sunscreen
a
out there.
pretty good spectator
That's
sport.
that's
Casual.
That's full day stuff at this age, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yep.
Usually it's a fair weather sport. It's a nice one.
So you start running into double and triple headers to fit the season in.
It's a shorter season
Could that
too.
be a thing?
It's good.
Okay.
Hockey's all year. Like, hockey's ridiculous in
Yeah.
this country.
It's expensive. Like,
It's
it's like a
expensive.
mortgage.
You play all year round.
It's a few bucks for sure. I know.
Why are you playing all year round anyway? Like, isn't it gonna burn your kid out?
It's all
Okay.
for the kids, okay? It's all to give the kids.
Oh, okay.
Here's my perspective on that.
experience.
It depends on the kid. Like, I feel like, yeah, my kids personally need to get off the ice. I think it's good for them. And they enjoy doing other things like 3-on-3, like hockey, right?
It's still hockey.
It's still hockey.
Okay,
And
hold on a second.
So they
you're
do
like,
that.
you're like, there's
Still,
oh wait a
yeah,
second, hold on.
So they do
the
that with their
ice.
friends, and they get
Just
off
less
the
playing
ice,
with
and they do other things too in the summer.
Yeah.
They won't be on the ice much in the summer.
Now, be honest. Do you enjoy it? Like,
Oh,
are
yeah, it's
you,
the best.
Are your kids in it really because daddy enjoys it and daddy's like, no?
I think they're in
I
it
wanna go to
because
all the
we
hotels, all the
directed them in that
Marriotts, and-
direction. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now all my friends are like the other parents,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Although, as the head coach, try to keep a
You're the
little
head
bit of
coach.
separation. A little bit
Oh, man.
of separation with some of the parents.
Separation.
Parents, right?
How are hockey parents compared to school parents?
The
Do you
same.
find a difference?
No, there's
No.
no difference.
None.
There's no difference.
I think there is.
I feel. Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Eh? Well, maybe because you're outside the pitch. Not on the pitch.
We have in soccer the 24-hour rule.
We
Do
have
you
that in hockey. Yeah.
Like, you mean your association does, so that you can't kind of go at a coach or question a
Yeah.
coach?
Yeah.
That's good.
Do you have
24 hours.
Are you supposed to speak with the parent rep first, or can you talk to the coach directly?
No, so there's the team manager, and then it filters it through. Like, very rarely does the coach actually get a concern, from my experience
Really?
anyways. Yeah.
Okay. We have a 24-hour rule though as well, and I think I just work on trying to build those relationships with people, so we circumvent that a little bit and just speak with them directly. I think like give it until the next day, but I think the way our association would like it is for those concerns to run through the parent rep.
Right.
But I'm happy to just have the conversation with people.
Why would anyone want to be the parent rep? It's like, all you do is get complaints. Like, what's
Maybe,
the benefit?
right? Maybe.
Right? Like, what's the pro to that?
I think the pro is
Benefit.
if you're on a great team, then you don't have any complaints, but
That's true.
you're still part of it. You're still volunteering
That's true.
your time.
But maybe they think it gives them more access to the coach.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
right.
thinking selfishly.
No, it's a good one. Yeah.
Right. Right.
You sign up to be parent rep?
That's
right. Parent rep, yeah, I'll be a parent rep.
Yeah. Do you guys find that you use a lot of your admin skills and deal with parents when you're coaching?
Yeah, I feel like it helps me develop those skills. Like, because you do the same thing here. Being a head coach of a hockey team, like of a rep team, that parents have expectations on what the team's going to do, and you know the development plan, the games and the tournaments, and how we perform and how their kid improves. I think that's similar to a school. So I feel like I get practice here, and then I get a little bit of practice later on in the evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times I feel like the parent rep as my role as a VP because the communication protocol is supposed to be parent concern to teacher,
Yep.
and then escalate to us, etc. But a lot of times it comes right to us. Then we're
Totally.
kind of advocating those concerns with the teacher or addressing the teacher. And I know that a lot of admin, from my experiences, they direct the parents back to the teacher, which is kind of challenging because I found at times that parents feel like you're kind of brushing them off, right? And really all we're trying to do is honor that communication protocol, right?
Yeah.
So,
I had one scenario where I feel like I got involved too early. It was still with a teacher. I believe I directed it back to the teacher,
Okay.
this complaint or the issue that the parent was having. And I think they were still in a spot where they could have sorted it out, the teacher and the parent. And I think that I even got involved too early, and it took a lot of power away from the teacher. And then next, I'm just talking to this parent again. And I didn't like that scenario. I didn't like how that went. Not only for the parent, but the teacher, more importantly. Like, I feel like I took a little bit of
their autonomy, or
their autonomy away from them, and then they didn't want to deal with the parent either. And the next, I'm just now stuck in the middle. I'm just communicating with both sides. They're not communicating with each other, and I really do believe it would have been sorted out better if I just waited
right.
a little longer to see if they could have solved the issue on their own, because I feel like they were almost there. I was really trying to get involved to help them get across the finish line. And I feel like me getting involved a little too early kind of ruined it.
So
It was interesting. It was an interesting
Good
case.
lesson.
So I'm sure what you're saying is like you didn't employ the 24-hour rule.
No, I did.
Waited.
I did. I
Waited
did
out.
wait. But I feel like they were almost there. And I felt like maybe like a little bit of mediation between the two parties was going to be helpful to help them get there. And what I did was, I like that word you used, it took away the teacher's autonomy too early. Where we're never looking to take away anybody's autonomy or anybody's authority, but I felt like I was going to be more helpful, and it turned out I wasn't.
So where's it at now? Like, how'd you correct it, or how'd you fix it?
Yeah,
You just ignored it?
No.
Yeah.
It fixed itself.
That's a great question, Delmar. I'm only laughing because Delmar just had a coughing fit. We had to hit pause here.
Yeah.
All right. So
To see how good my editing skills are.
That's right.
Did you notice the pause there?
yeah. Actually, I encouraged them to meet face to face, and that's what happened. The parent and the teacher were both willing to sit down together, and I asked if either of them wanted me to be there, and neither of them wanted me to be part of the conversation. They felt like that they both had it, that they were happy to have that conversation on their own. It was going to be cordial, and it was something that they could work out, and they did. And again, shows you in that scenario, I felt like I entered into it too early. Yeah. Because again, you just want to be helpful, but I feel like sometimes being helpful is just staying out of it and letting people take care of it on their own.
It's true. They can solve a lot without us.
Yeah.
When you asked that question about what, if that's translated into like my own kids and their youth sport experience, our role as admin, I definitely think I'm more compassionate than I would have been prior to having kids, and about the coaches' impact. Like, I'm not questioning the coach as much. I'd be like, where my partner, my wife, might say, hey, like, hey, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'd say, just relax. There's probably a good explanation.
Yeah.
And I might observe the 24-hour rule. And I might think, like, at the end of the day, like, they're managing so many things. Whereas when you're aggrieved about something, you think they're only managing like your own little thing. But
Yeah.
really, they got a lot going on. They might not even notice that. So I try and make it so that I can have if I'm going to need a conversation, that it's private, away from things, like not heated at all.
Mhm.
But compassion for all the things that they're dealing with. And grateful for what they are doing. Because let's face it, they're volunteers. In a lot
Some of them.
cases.
Some of them are volunteers.
You getting paid? What kind of
If
racket is
only.
this? What kind of racket is this?
Wow, whoa.
You get a stipend of some sort?
Well, it's
No.
hockey money. It's
Oh
hockey
my
money.
goodness.
Yeah, I'm paying extra, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, like, I found that, to your point about getting involved too early, one of the situations I had, which was really uncomfortable, was the teacher was a new teacher, and his parent was vocal, very opinionated, and it really intimidated this new teacher who's starting off in their career, and the teacher was adamant about not talking to the parent at all, and it was like, you can't do that. Like, you have to be able to talk to parents. Like, yeah, it was really challenging trying to bridge that gap.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest challenges in those scenarios is what Like, what actually is my role in this whole little play, this whole
That's a good
dramedy, or whatever you want to call it? Like,
Yeah,
because
that's a
at
good
the end of the
point.
day, everyone's looking at you to solve something.
Right.
But really,
Yeah.
you might not be the one with the solution.
Yeah.
But how do you facilitate the listening? How do you facilitate the move forward?
Yeah.
How do you put boundaries on what the conversation is going to be? That's hard,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because people think everyone has their perception of the principal. He'll just take care of it, or she'll just take care of it. But really, that's not how we're gonna. It's not really gonna make an impact if I just dictate what happens here.
Yeah.
We need to come up, but like when there's already tension. That's not easy,
Yeah.
right? Because everyone's looking at you like, oh, he's got my best interest at heart.
Well,
this can be a good meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Like,
Where it's
actually,
like,
hold on a second.
Whose side are you on?
That's
If you're
right.
on both sides, right? So
That's
you really
right.
do have to play the mediator, but
Yeah.
it's it can be challenging.
Absolutely. And what's helpful do you find for those, like in that scenario? What things can people bring to the table that actually makes that conversation go better? Now, for me, it's definitely evidence of what like staff has done to like accommodate or support. That always helps the conversation go well. And then also, I find bringing a stance of hopefulness to the conversation. Like, how do you frame it so that we all our best interest is to move forward here in a positive direction? How do you get people to feel that before getting into a meeting?
Every conversation, I start with ground rules, and I say it's not about offering up excuses as to why things happen. Rather, it's explanations.
Yeah.
Right? No,
Sorry.
I'm not editing out that part because now it's
There's
now
a universal
now
T
everyone's
sign.
gonna- There's a universal T sign that you do not do.
It just
in
happened.
your Coffee put in there. Yeah. I lost some.
It was
train of
about,
What do you do?
Getting people on
Yeah.
the same page.
Yeah, like I start off with, it's not about offering up excuses or being on the defense. It's rather just offering up explanations as to why certain things occurred, right? And we're not perfect, and we're gonna make mistakes along the way, and no one knows what each other's intentions are. So the only way to kind of get insight into that is by offering that opportunity to kind of see where the other person's coming from, right? And I find that in doing that kind of puts everyone in that mindset of, okay, like I'm not coming off as accusing and defending. Like that's not what we're about. It's more about offering explanations as to how we ended up where we're at and what the intentions behind it were. Right?
Yeah.
Because if we're just focused on perceptions, we're going to lose. You have to be clear on what our intentions are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I also like to, I think a little bit what you were saying there, Jordan, is really define the purpose of the meeting ahead of time.
Yeah.
Like if you're communicating with a parent and then communicating with a teacher, saying like, this is the reason why we're sitting down. Like these are the things that we want to talk about. And for me, it's all about like, okay, let's come up with a plan moving forward too, because we can't stay in this position of even why we're having a meeting, right? So like I feel like doing a little bit of groundwork ahead of time is helpful, like talking to the teacher, and if there's anybody else we need to talk to in the school, like the guidance counselor or the student success teacher, or who are the other supports are, and having those arranged, because I do feel like it's worth showing to the parent like the things that we've done as a school, but also these are the other supports that we have in place. And moving forward, we can access some of these to like get us unstuck and get us to a place where, we start to repair trust and repair a relationship, because, the student's still going to be in that teacher's classroom, and it's all about trying to move forward in the process. Yeah.
I kind of cheat too, where as admin, we're lucky to work as part of a team.
Yep.
So if there's any other admin that has a different relationship with the parent or with the teacher even, or if there's someone in caseload that has a different relationship with a parent or teacher or student even, I drag them along into the meeting
absolutely.
there, because it's like that's where they kind of help out there, right? So my white flag there, help, right? Like, help diffuse this situation here.
Absolutely, that's a great point, because there's other people who know that kid differently, or who are part of the solution, where we might just be facilitating the meeting at that point.
And they also feel like they have an ally in the room, right? Because sometimes, no matter how great we are and how compassionate we try to be, we're still seen as a hammer or as the boss. I know how many times where I'm in a meeting and it doesn't go well with the parent, and then they're like, I want to talk to the principal. And it's like, okay, fine. And then they go into the next room, and I'm there as well. And the principal is saying the exact same thing I said, but it's being received differently. And it's like,
when Jordan says it, it's just like,
it just
I've
sounds
said the
sweeter.
same thing, but it just comes off differently. So kudos to you.
It's not that. It's the position. I think people feeling heard.
Yeah, they do.
And it's another layer where they think, okay, so I brought my concern here and it was heard and I'm not really happy with it, but then it went one more layer this way and
okay, I heard the exact same thing.
Yeah, but they considered it at least. And then, okay, he's in alignment with Buddy. I guess I know the answer here. And like maybe they just take it a bit easier because we are in alignment. Actually, that's sometimes even very helpful.
Yeah.
It's like with the same message is being repeated again at the next level. And hopefully that continues on if they want to pursue outside the building to our boss, right?
Yeah.
That's super important that there is alignment, right? But
I dropped my ring. Oh, it's right here.
you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, cool.
I'm a disaster today.
It's okay. You want to do
I'm telling you, it's those donuts you brought in.
I'm sunburned.
Your blood sugar right now is just like...
Oh, I know.
It's tanking.
Do you want to do some shout outs to cities that have listened to us?
Yeah.
Let's
go.
Should do that.
North Carolina, come on and raise up. No, they haven't listened. No one in North Carolina. Where you at?
Where's North
Where you
Carolina?
at? I know, man. Okay, I got some cities that...
We need like a segue into this though.
Okay.
Or is it just
do you
like
want
random,
my...
like
do you
Dahmer dropped his wedding
do you want my
ring?
mouth-
I want an
It's like-
interactive map.
Do you want my...
I want a pin.
Do you want my like music? Like I tried last time.
So where are we at? So no.
So last 5 episodes, okay?
Okay.
Here's some cities that have tuned in, okay? People in cities, I guess. Hope they're not all using like VPNs. These are going to be real. Okay, so Toronto, that's not earth-shattering, okay?
Shout out
What's
to
up?
T-Dot.
Yeah. Cambridge,
Okay, hey.
Yeah, Cambridge, Ontario.
Seabridge is where it's
Yeah.
at.
Kitchener.
Kitchener.
No
K-Town.
surprises yet, eh?
Yeah, good old K-Town.
Waterloo, Ontario.
Okay, let's move
I
beyond.
can see
Let's
that.
move beyond our
That's
own
how we're
Brampton.
getting
Brampton, Brampton, Ontario.
Brampton.
Spruce Grove, Alberta.
Wow.
These are our last 5 episodes.
Do you have a relative out there?
I do not.
No?
Do you? Okay, we're
No.
good. Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
Wow.
How about that?
Maryland.
Yeah, not bad. Detroit, Michigan.
Nice.
Love Detroit.
Nice.
We gotta go on a trip there still.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, for some hockey games. Or
Yeah.
something.
We flew out a couple times.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
On the way to Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's a great airport.
It's Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
It's pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'm kind of worried.
Kansas City, Missouri. Louisville, Kentucky. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Tucson, Arizona. You guys don't believe me, eh? It's all just...
This is actually there.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually worried now. Like, I really got to be careful about things I say.
Yeah, you do.
Right? Because it's
Somebody's actually
going out there
listening
and
to you,
like
eh?
Tucson, Arizona.
Las Vegas,
That's really
Nevada. Maybe arrange a trip.
Maybe we gotta go there live on location.
Talk to the fan base. Whoever those 2 listens were, thank you. That's
Yes,
amazing.
give us a shout out and we'll set something
Where
up.
should we stay when we go?
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia. It's a good, guys. Keep going down the list here.
A lot of American.
See if I got anything outside of... That's from Brooklyn.
Any of
Moscow.
Oh, okay. That's
Sam?
probably
Just saying.
a VPN.
I think that's a
But we'll
VPN.
take the win. We'll be like, hey, shout out to our
else
one
we
fan
got?
in Moscow.
There's someone in Seoul.
Okay.
Seoul? Yeah. Okay, look, guys. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's only the last 5 episodes. That's not all time. Tokyo.
Not bad for 3 friends. Getting together and just talking on a mic.
It's great.
There you go.
So we will get the interactive map going at some point.
Yep. We need
It'd
to
be
do
an
that.
IG reel. You're on that one.
Okay.
Matt.
Let's go.
Okay, good.
Because all the ideas I have for IG Reels, you all hate it. Like the past 3 I've given you guys, you guys are like, oh yeah, it's great, Dahmer, and then nothing.
You know what it is? I think we have like a output problem. Like a time to do the things problem.
Yeah.
Because you send them, I laugh out loud, like literally. I'm like, that's amazing, and then I don't log in Instagram at all. So yeah, we got to do those ones. There's a few good ones in there.
Do you think that parent conflicts are going to be the same everywhere? Humans are humans at the end of the day.
Look at you trying to bring it back to the
Humans-
topic.
Yeah, I know.
That was good.
Yeah.
Good tie-in.
Good segue.
Focus. Try and keep it focused.
Good tie-in. I had a squirrel moment. I just wanted to
Talk about it's like Dahmer's wedding ring fell, and now let's talk about our international fanfare.
I do think it's different. Well, you guys are international travelers for education. You guys are going away next week.
Are we?
Yeah, you're going somewhere south.
It's in a week.
Yeah,
Down south.
Is it next week
far
already?
South.
Is it next week?
it's next week.
I
already.
feel like I had things to do.
So in
We got a
that
lot to do.
context, you've also been elsewhere. Do you think that parents perceive education the same way?
I think education's important to families everywhere,
Yeah.
right? I think they recognize really it's a key or a gateway to future, right? Like future stability, future success, future happiness, whatever your metric is. But I do think all parents everywhere want their kids to receive a good education.
You and I have traveled quite a bit,
Yeah.
done some talks with teachers and some workshops, and I do find that there is kind of a dichotomy here where the parents value or expect the relationships that teachers have with their students, kind of like what we have here in North America. Get to know my kid, get to love them, and get to know who they are, right? And then there's the other where it's like, no, like you're the authority in the classroom. You're just the giver of knowledge, and just focus on curriculum and content and test them and teach them, right?
We see that here, I think, too, because we have people that are new to the country, that they've experienced education in a different way in different countries. And they, like you said, they just want the teacher to be transmitter of knowledge and nothing else, because that's what they're used to. But then we also have people, like you said, that are interested in, like, how are you helping my kid? How are you motivating my kid? How are you inspiring my kid? So there are definitely two different competing interests. Yeah. And my biggest wondering is that in other places in the world, what's the trust level publicly funded education in different countries? Like, do you feel like, or maybe even us over time, has that changed from the parent perspective? So like we're talking about dealing with parents, when we make calls home, what do you think that call was like 30 years ago?
I think
that's a good one.
Go for it.
Like, that's big, and I find that with COVID, and it changed because you invited that student and their whole family into your house, right? Like when you were teaching online and teachers were made available outside school hours, etc. Like it was that relationship, and then also that's when TikTok came out. That's when social media, like the infinite scroll and the reels and all that, and the amount of conversations I've had with parents about teachers' Instagram pages and the reels, and it's like, hey, this has nothing to do with them as an educator, but in the parent's perspective, it 100% does have everything to do with that teacher's ability to educate their son or daughter, right? So that's,
kind of like our Instagram reels.
Yeah. So we try to do first.
Someone sees that and they're like, these guys?
These guys are doing schools?
So that's why Matt has nothing to do with it. That's why we're chirping him. Matt, completely free of that.
That's
page.
why you're giving me the
Matt's
interactive map.
Matt's not any content for it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that. It's funny when you call a parent sometimes something that's like so black and white in your mind. Like, your student did this thing. I'm going to just take vaping in the bathroom, right? So your student was caught by a teacher vaping in the bathroom. They're going to be suspended for the next day of school. And then the parent the student may have got to that parent first even. And then they would say something like, well, that never happened. And it's like, well, what did you mean that it didn't happen? Like, you're not taking the adult's word in the building for it anymore. Like, why is there this disconnect between you at home and us here, and we're sharing with you that, like, we have this concern, this incident occurred, we want to help your student move forward, but you're just taking the student's word for it, and you're not trusting the adults who are there to care for them. Yeah. Right? And it's kind of surprising.
Yeah. How do you navigate those conversations?
Well, I basically lead with, your student has, motive to tell you otherwise, in this case, possibly, right?
But it's their kid. Their kid doesn't lie. They know their kid.
Thanks, Delmar.
No kids lie.
Thanks. Yeah. But, we're trusting the adults here who were witness to this incident occurring, who, they're professionals, your student's under their care. This is something that happened. Yeah. I want you to be aware of this. So we can both support them, us while we're here, and you, or while they're here, and you while they're at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've fallen into a trap because I have kids, and when the adults call home and say so-and-so did this, and the story I'm getting is not aligning with what they're telling me. Yeah. And those are my kids. Like, how can you not trust them or not support them? And you see a whole other side of them that those adults don't see, right? So I definitely see the parents' perspective in that. But in those conversations, I say, listen, like, you weren't there, I wasn't there. But if I can't trust the adults in my building, and if we can't trust the adults in the building, we got a whole other issue.
Yeah, we got more problems.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah, we have to trust the adults that are here. And, I mean, it's more, even from a straight work standpoint, it's more work to report an incident than to not. Yeah. It's more work to stand behind what you saw than not. Like, that's, like, do you think people want to call for that reason? Like, is that what I came to work today thinking, I can't wait to call this parent to let them know that their kid did this. This is going to be great. My day's going to be amazing. Yeah. No. I'd rather not make that call because I'd rather the incident have not occurred.
Yeah.
And same with the adults that are bringing it forward.
That's a good point.
It's not like they're out there going,
How
what
can I
report?
waste
Yeah,
an hour or two of my day?
right. Yeah. I mean, the threshold of reporting is, something happened.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And I find that the threshold is there's more tolerance. So when something is reported on, it's like, okay, we need to address this.
Yeah, and we have obviously things that govern us in terms of what is like a suspendable or consequential behavior versus not.
100%.
Right? But not all the staff are aware of exactly what those are either. But those are good conversations to have. But if they're bringing it to us, clearly something wasn't on the up and up and they want it to be addressed. And sometimes the call home isn't going to lead, we're not talking just suspension. It could just be, hey, FYI.
Right.
Johnny was with Buddy, or, it's just like we got to talk about this sort of thing. Not necessarily calling it issue.
Okay, so we're in a position of power, or a position of privilege, really. Because we're each fathers, and we also are administrators. So, what advice can we give parents? I've gotten that call, and I'm being told is one thing, when my kids tell me is the other, and I have that privilege of knowing what it's like to be on both sides. Maybe your kids are perfect and you have never gotten calls, but what's some advice that you could give some parents that are listening right now when they get that call and they got that gut wrenching, ugh, I can't believe my kid, but also it's the school. Why would they call me if there was an issue?
I think it's a hard thing to hear as a parent, but maybe your kid didn't perceive the situation the same way that the staff did. So they're in their own world. Let's just say it's like an incident on the playground, and they did something, and they realized, they just they didn't realize it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But the teacher saw it as an aggressive act. But they're like, yeah, that's what I do at home. I was just playing with Johnny, blah, 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 and I tripped him. Yeah, but their perception of it might not be the same as the teacher. So maybe it's a conversation.
Because they also don't know the backstory. It's always Johnny too, right?
It's always Johnny. Sorry, Johnny.
Poor Johnny. But
and I mean, we've had this happen here for sure too, where two students they're buds outside of school, and they do something dumb with each other inside of school. But that might have been okay at off site because they're just messing around. But here we kind of have to address it. Same idea. It's maybe it's counseling the parent to say, well, that might be acceptable somewhere else. It's not really acceptable here, and here's why. And just hopefully that they see that we are coming from a lens of safety and accountability, responsibility, and behavior modification, character building, and not this is final. I hope they see that there's more to it than that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell someone that in a short conversation. Bottom line, I would say just trust the adults that they're trying to do the right thing, and maybe give it a bit of time before reacting. Because sometimes we're making calls so quickly because we're busy, and it's just on the desk. We got to get it off, and I think maybe having some time or asking for more time to discuss it is also fair. Do you mind if we talk about that a bit more later? Right now, because you might need more time to kind of process that information, or maybe it gives them a chance to speak to their kid too first, because maybe they haven't yet, right? So I think that if I were to talk to parents, it would just be just maybe hit the pause button. Let's get all the information first before we come to the school hates my kid conclusion.
your bright baby blues were perking up and Jordan was talking.
Well, it just made me think of something. It's going to change it a bit, but it just made me think of, one of the biggest concerns a parent has if there's been a conflict at the school. It's not only how is it resolved, but what's the outcome for the other parties involved, right? Sometimes if it's a teacher complaint, what's the outcome of that for that teacher? Or if they're in a conflict with another student, it's about, hey, what did the other student get? My kid got this. What's the result of the other one? And those are hard conversations because we don't share those with parents, right? So I was going to ask you how you navigate having a conversation like that, where the family is unhappy, maybe with the consequence that they received, and they're really looking for what happened to the other party, and they're pressing you over it
to get some resolution.
To get some resolution and to wanting to know, okay, so this is what is the next step or the outcome for my student. What is the other student getting? Or in this situation, we brought this complaint forward about a teacher. Now what's happening with that teacher?
I tell them point blank that I can't talk about other kids, and I hope that they would appreciate the stance I have with that, because if
if the roles were reversed, and if I had that kid's parent asking questions about your child, or anyone else asking questions about your child, how I wouldn't share that info in order to honor their privacy. So I tell them that point blank, and that a lot of times that does help. But when they're
most of the time, right?
Most of the time it helps, but you
yeah.
do get that the one or two parents that so kind of push, and then I ask, okay, well, how is knowing what's happening with the other child or what the other consequence is, how is that going to benefit our working with your child? Like how is that affecting like what we're doing in terms of correcting or supporting or redirecting your child? Like how does that play? Right? Like I ask them to kind of shine some light onto what their thinking is, because if there is some rationale as to why, then yeah, like I'll contact my SO or whatever and see what I am able to share if it makes sense. But if it's just to know to make it equal, it's like, well, it's each scenario, everyone has their own individual needs, and it's not going to be the exact same.
And we operate on
progressive. Fair is not equal either, right? Like
and even with progressive discipline,
yeah.
You know, two people might be in the same incident, but one person's that's their 10th time doing that incident, or third time, and the other person it's the first time. So the consequences might look different depending on where we're at with progressive discipline as well. And that's not something we're going to share.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what?
Parents to know that now in our
That's
podcast.
right. That's right.
It's not always.
So while your kid might be receiving this consequence, I'm not going to tell you that the other person's receiving, you know, more of a consequence because it's their 10th time in the scenario.
Or
it's not for me to share, or less,
right.
because you know that's not really ours to share, right? And
right.
like you said, like how is that information going to help remedy what happened with their own child? I mean, that being said, we've talked a lot about tough parents. There's some great parents.
Oh,
and I'm not talking about
there's more great than there are tough.
I'm not talking about because they're great. I'm talking about situations where it's not a great situation, and just dealing with some parents have been really positive and protective, supportive factors for kids. By and large, that's what we deal with.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's a little muddy in the beginning, but developing that relationship, like there's some been like, I mean, we all have them where there's like success stories, and they might not feel like success to the average person who might be teaching or something, but to us, we're like, wow, like, you know, we took this situation is where this student was in, and look how much progress we've made, and look how contentious it might have been at a moment, and now look where we are now 2 months down the road.
Yeah.
And we don't always reflect on those because that's where we expect them to be anyway, but they were not there 2 months ago. They were in a different scenario. So I think we don't take enough time probably to count those wins either. We're like, we were in a bad spot, and look where we are now.
Yeah.
It's huge, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
great parents out there.
What I've been doing lately is, and I find that parents really appreciate it, is asking them how they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like when, you know, because at times we are so focused on the child, we lose sight of who's there supporting that child, right? Like it's that analogy of you're on the airplane and those oxygen masks come down, right? You have to take care of yourself first so that you're able to take care of others, right?
That's right.
Because
on that note, we had a parent that had a tough time interacting with the school for a little bit, and they've since actually emailed us to want to reconcile because they didn't feel like it was becoming of them the way they operated.
That's
and like, I mean, I think offering that grace is really, really important, and that's, to me, that's a win. I think extending that grace, like you said, that's a really important point, to extend it to the parent, not just the student, because, I mean, people are dealing with a lot, and sometimes they want to present like they have all their stuff together, and they don't, and we don't even. So to assume that they got everything perfect, all lined up, and like it's just like one thing that's the problem with, you know, the kid or the situation is probably not fair or accurate. So coming to that conversation with knowing that, okay, these people, this is probably a lot going on here. Like, what's our best move here? And just show some compassion right up front, because people are dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And parents too. I think that's a great point.
Good point.
Yeah.
We vibe checking?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a vibe check. Okay, this is a surprise vibe check. I pulled up from ChatGPT. Would you rather? These are sports cities themes. Okay. So, you guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, first one.
Excited.
Would you rather celebrate a Stanley Cup win in Toronto or a Super Bowl win in Dallas? Oh, that's good. I know my answer is.
Is there an option for neither? I don't understand.
No, but to be part of it. Oh, this is a good one for you. I like this for you.
Oh, I guess I'm going to Dallas.
Oh, come
Never
on.
gonna see.
serious?
Come on, you're nuts.
I would do the Stanley Cup in Toronto, because that's just like
Absolutely. Stanley Cup in Toronto. Wicked.
Jesus.
Okay, would you
Our
rather...
year this year.
It's going to be the year, man.
It's our year.
Dallas. That's disappointing. Stanley Cup in Canada and you're
Disappointed
going to
in you guys,
Dallas?
too.
You're ridiculous.
What kind of Canadian are you?
I know.
Jeez.
Yeah, are you even? Come on. Okay,
Where's your mega head?
You're offside.
Dallas is a good
You're
spot for you.
offside.
All right. Would you rather take a sports road trip across the East Coast, so Boston, Philly, NYC, or the West Coast, LA, San Francisco, and Seattle?
Oh, you know what? East Coast. East Coast fans are the best.
You're angry, man.
Yeah. I like
Just
that.
like you. Just like you.
I like that.
Get all rowdied up. I need to go West Coast.
I'm going to the
Like
West Coast, too. Yeah, West Coast
You
is
guys
fun.
just want to go there for nice weather.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's beautiful weather. Okay, I got, let's go one more here. Would you rather see your team win it all in the home city or fly to that rival's city and watch them win it there?
I would
This
love.
says a lot about a person you are, though. Like, if you like winning on the road, you're like, you know?
I just want to see my Habs win the cup at the Bell Center. That would be tip of the iceberg. Be ready to go after that.
That's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I.
Because there's no atmosphere in
agree.
Toronto, I guess that's why, right?
Yeah.
That's why it's a tough one. You're
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah, that's tough.
I don't even have to think about mine.
You did say in the question it's a rival, right?
Yeah.
So I would love for Toronto to win the cup in LA, Boston. Like, that would be awesome.
Well, they can't. They can't.
They can't, no.
You know, but like, I'm saying though, is that would be like awesome.
What about Montreal? They can't either. But I'd love to see them beat the Habs there.
Oh, that would be so good. To watch Toronto win the cup in Montreal. Oh, money.
I'm going to say home. Got to watch them win at home. I don't care who they play. And I think it's going to happen this year. I don't care who it is. We're doing it.
Keep dreaming.
Right, Delmar?
Yeah. Agree.
We done?
That's okay, guys.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, no more. I'm done.
All right.
I need some
Good.
outro music.
Nice.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of School Leader Vibes. We're incredibly grateful for your time and your contribution to shaping the future, one student at a time. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to connect with us on Instagram at School Leader Vibes for more inspiration. Lastly, please share the podcast with fellow leaders and educators who might benefit from these conversations. Until next time, keep vibing.